back to the Lakers shit real quick and the rumors and all this. I seen Jeanie bust now because it seems like you said, LeBron's getting a little older. He's still out there busting ass. But I seen something with Jeanie bust now that she's probably not the majority owner anymore, saying a few things how she feels. She said she didn't feel LeBron James was humble or happy enough. I can't remember which word she used about them getting Bronny. Like basically he didn't show enough gratitude. What do y'all think about that?
I like them kind of comments. I ain't gonna lie. I like when you hold niggas accountable. I think we're all better when you hold niggas accountable. I think he should have been very grateful. That was not that Bronny shouldn't be in the league, but that was like a dream come true. When somebody make your dreams come true, you gotta be humble about that. I don't say that out of no Uncle Tom, and just real simple. That's a dream comes true. That's something we're never gonna forget as long as we watch basketball in history, that somebody was that great that they actually got to the place where their son could play on the same team. And to think about the stops they had to pull to make sure that this happened, I can see a person of power really want another person of power to show them some humility and some gratitude in that. I could definitely see that, because you got to remember, Boston had the pick. Boston would have picked Bronny. And I actually think he would have turned out better if Boston picked him. But so when it comes to that, should be a lot of gratitude.
And LeBron talked about that being his dream. LeBron talked about that being one of the most important things for him. You know, so if your organization, you shared that with your organization, and they delivered that, then there should be some gratitude there. Now, let me go on the other side. Compare that to, because I know brothers start saying, "Oh, we're playing. Ain't he playing on the court forward? Ain't he doing?" Compare that to the other man that we always compare him to, which is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan couldn't get the team owner and that organization to even leave the championship team together for one more year and not get rid of the coach that they wanted.
Yeah.
So, and he had delivered all. You see what I mean? It's amazing for what they did. And yeah, LeBron should be, if he meant what he said, when he said it was one of the most important things in his life, then yeah, they made that dream come true. Something your money couldn't buy you, they made come true. Yeah, gratitude is deserved.
And not to also
appreciation is deserved.
Discount. There was a few players that had to be waived, and decisions had to be made about other people's careers that made this possible. Right. So there was a lot that went into this.
So
I have thoughts.
So hold on, let me.
Yeah, I know Stat don't feel that, but if that was her son that got drafted, if your son was All-American, if your son was McDonald, if your son was a lottery and he goes to the Lakers and this happened with your son, you wouldn't have cared that it was LeBron.
Well, Mason's going to say I got friends and I'm picking and choosing this, that, and the third, but I don't care what Mason said. Because my thing is this. We don't know what Jeanie Buss's definition of gratitude is. What if he bought her a car? What if he gave her flowers? What if he came everywhere he went and he couldn't show up for one thing? And then she'd be like, see, niggas don't care that we got his son on it. What's gratitude? What did he do?
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah, what did he do? I don't, what's your definition of gratitude, Jeanie Buss? I'm not doing that. You gotta tell me. Right. He may have been 10 things she wanted him to do, and he did 9. So now he's not gracious enough. I want to know. I would have been like, what exactly
is gratitude?
Didn't say.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because this is the shit that top line, and then you throw nigga on the bus. Now I can see if niggas was like, yo, get Bronny, they get Bronny, and then niggas like, All right, good looking. I'll see you later. And don't speak to niggas. I don't know what the definition of gratitude is. Because now, if you do something for because if you do something for me, you do something for me, and then I tell you thank you and I'll pay you this, that, and the third. That's why seriously, anytime somebody do something for me, this is no joke. Anytime somebody do something for me, I pay them. They'll be like, nah, killer, we get no. I stuffed the money in their pocket. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I paid you. Don't go around later talking about, I helped the nigga move his furniture. And then the nigga never, he never gave a nigga
I do the
nothing,
same thing, killer. Even with church people, they be like, no, the Lord told me to do it. I said, no, you take this and give it to the Lord then.
You're
never
not
need
gonna
you
say
saying you did something for me.
that's it. I don't care what you do for me. You gonna take this 200, you gonna take this 2,000, you gonna take this $50. I don't care. It depends on what the service is for. I always give a little, probably 25% more than what you deserve. I got a driver. I asked my driver, how much is this? $150. Take $225. Nigga, you won't say you did nothing for me. So that was my point. That's why I want to know you guys' opinion.
Okay, let me put another question out there. Let's say they got Bronny on the team. LeBron asked for him to be on the team. And then he tells Jeanie Buss thank you. And then he comes back the next day and say, Can you let JJ Redick coach too? And then you be like, I gotta think about it. And he says, well, if not, I might be out of here. Is that ungrateful? Would that be considered ungrateful? Just so I get your temperature of ungrateful. Would that be ungrateful?
See, my thing is this. This is what I say, because they had the podcast. JJ Redick was a last resort. They was gonna hire Danny Hurley. Then it was another nigga they was gonna hire. They both turned the job down.
Yep.
So then if now Braun come in and the nigga like, yo, come on now, yo. Now we getting embarrassing as an organization. We got niggas going back to college. This other nigga didn't even want the job, my nigga. So, let's get JJ now. It ain't like Braun walked in there and was like, yo, JJ or else. Because they wasn't gonna hire JJ. He was literally not audition, interviewed for the job. They said, see you later, and they picked two other niggas, and the other two niggas came back. Then they went back to JJ. JJ just didn't have another opportunity. It was like a nigga telling the chick, yo, I don't want to fuck with you. And then after his other two bitches dump him, he go back like, come here, big head. You know I was just playing. Cut it out. That's how that went.
Yeah. I just want to add really quick. First of all, the Jeanie Buss situation is confusing because they did say that was like a private conversation. So it's not like she was publicly telling people that, which is like, obviously she wouldn't have. But considering that we're talking about LeBron James, who is considered one of the best players in the world across any sports, I just feel like he can kind of do what he want to do. I don't think it needs to be much. And I know people are going to feel some type of way about Bronny or whatever you may think. It's like, you're working with a rare player that other teams would do anything for. And so back to Cam's point, as far as like, he's not grateful, like, what is he supposed to do to show that he is great? Like, I don't understand what the expectation would be, especially when you were part of the decision of choosing Bronny. So I feel like you can't have an expectation for how you expect people to.
Who was so part of choosing Bronny?
Like Jeanie Buss. I'm saying that's an organization choice. So I just feel like there are discussions that was like, do we do this for LeBron James? And I feel like everybody is part of that decision. So I feel like considering what happened, you're throwing me off when you do that. I feel like considering what happened, I don't think that this is one of those cases where you're just like, oh, LeBron's ungrateful and we shouldn't have done this or this shouldn't have been like, it's already done. So you can't have an expectation for how he's supposed to respond for what was done. Like at the end of the day, if you want to say it's part of nepotism or not, I think it is. And I don't really think that's a problem, honestly.
See, the thing is this, man, I know Mace might have jumped on this before I jumped on it, but let me say it real quick. See, and Mike knows this too. And Stat, you just a little young, and there's no slight to the young. It's nothing being
That's
young,
right.
and no diss and not to that. The Lakers is known for having a superstar all the time. And LeBron ain't no lifelong Laker. It ain't like, yo, listen, the Lakers started with Magic Johnson. And Jeanie Buss is the same age as Magic Johnson, to where she's seen how this whole shit grew with her father. So you got Magic Johnson, you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You get what I'm saying? Not only that, then you go get Shaquille O'Neal and you get Kobe Bryant, then you get Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol. This is Showtime. They invented Showtime. This is an organization, and like I said, LeBron is a key grabbed. I'm not saying you're wrong or whatever, but this organization been lit. That's why they are Showtime Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's not like he's a lifelong Laker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think
that's a great point, Killer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, so I'm not saying she should have said that, but you gotta realize what she's seen. Like, Mace was on the show one time, and I'm not saying I think like he think, but he pointed it out one day. He was mad on one of his rants. He's like, don't tell me about Summer Walker and I seen Janet Jackson. Don't tell me about this person and I seen Michael Jackson.
For real.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so
I apologize.
When you don't see it, sometimes if you don't see it, like Stat, you just don't know because you're not old enough, like I said. But the Lakers been lit. Like, Phil, Mace played for a team before I played for them. When we was playing Super Biddies, we had to be 11 to 12. They came out with the yellow headbands, the purple and yellow ball. They was the purple gang. Of course of the Lakers. Young life. Like, it was a big deal, and sometimes when you don't see it, you don't know. It's like when older people tell me about Bill Russell. I'm like, I know, I get it. I missed the whole Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain thing. But if I seen it, I can't act like I ain't see it. The Lakers always was lit.
Yeah, and the last two people they had, like LeBron, won 5 championships. So you got to keep that in mind when you start talking about should he be grateful. According to that, yeah, the last 2 superstars they had won 5.
But you guys are talking about something that I think needs to be illuminated. What Cam, you talked about it. She's seen those relationships. Jerry Buss and Magic was so close. You know what I mean? She's seen those relationships, and that's what she was probably adhering to. Like, I know how loyal he was to my dad. I know what Kobe was. I know, so I was expecting this to be in the same area. And LeBron, like you said, LeBron ain't no lifer. He's a hired killer. Nigga, and when he stops killing them, he gonna kill you. He's a hired killer. That's what he is. So I think she wanted a more lifer-like return than a hired killer return. That's where that breaks up.
Yeah, she's definitely thinking. I mean, all of us knows this. So whether we talking about Stat in her youth or Killer or Mike Irvin or myself, we all know what it's like when you've gotten more for less. And then you meet somebody who wants you to do more for less. That's always a problem if I've been getting more for less. It's hard to give you more and you're giving me less when I've got more for less. That's just crazy. That's just the best way to put it. You got one young lady, she does everything. She doesn't require much. You get another young lady, she wants everything and she doesn't do much. She's a problem. She gotta go. She got to go. I don't even have to ask y'all. I know everybody on the staff agree. Everybody on the team agrees. Do you agree with that, Stat? A guy that does, he doesn't do as much as the guys you had before, but he wants more. That's gonna be a problem for anybody.
Because expectations.
Well, I'm not accusing LeBron because we don't know what he did.
Yeah, we're not accusing him. We're definitely not. We're just going with the topic of discussion.
Yeah,
not
there
LeBron.
you go. There you go. Yeah.
Also, same on both ends because this is like a private conversation, so we don't even know fully. Yeah. So
and then no protection of Jeanie Buss, just the concept. If you got somebody doing more for less, it's hard to take on a new person, and they're acting like they're ungrateful for everything.
A lifer's return versus a hired gun's return. That's the whole thing right there. That's the entire conversation in one sentence. Jeanie Buss grew up on Magic and Kobe. LeBron was never going to give her that same energy, no matter how many championships he brought. And Cam's rule still stands. Anybody do something for him, they getting paid. No exceptions. Church people included. That's how you make sure nobody's got a story to tell about you later. We didn't even get to finish the JJ Redick coaching timeline the way we wanted to. That whole situation deserves its own conversation, because it's not as simple as people made it sound. Next episode, we're picking this up because there's more to say about loyalty, legacy, and what people actually owe each other when somebody makes a dream come true. Drop a comment. Was LeBron ungrateful, or was this just a mismatch in expectations? Say what you really think. Like the video. This one made you think a little harder than usual. Subscribe. As always, it is what it is.